Alright, so we're back to talking about the time that Cameron rigged Space Vegas.
Okay, so Wesley's like trying to catch a Carnifex for a noble, and they were offered an obscene amount of money to do it.
I still think this looks like Sauron.
And,
it does. I would
in
agree.
order to enter it into a space gladiator tournament. And his theory
Jane, stop this crazy thing!
was that if he was willing to give them an obscene amount of money in order to get this Carnifex to win this tournament, evidently the prize for the tournament must be humongous.
I love you just teabagging the fucking floor.
To which he wasn't wrong. So he's like, okay, so let's catch 2 Carnifexes, and just take the least impressive one and give it to this noble.
I was gonna ask, actually, how do you judge that?
They judged it based on one of them having 4 arms and the other one having 3.
I don't know, I mean, the one with... Like,
the one with 3 arms had some experience in battle.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the Tyranid Hive would have gotten rid of the 3-armed one if it was shit.
Yeah, that's true. But they went to a planet that had been attacked by the Tyranids previously, but all the hive mind units had been destroyed. And it was literally just cleanup at this point. And they followed some local rumors, found a couple of Carnifexes, gathered them up with their horrible, horrible trank cannon, and
God.
put them aboard Wesley's transport, because fuck, we're not putting this thing on the battle cruiser.
Oh,
That
fucking
thing's
A!
important. Go work, Jay. So they put it on the transport, and Wesley has about 30,000 guys on that transport. And so they go to Space Vegas. They give the guy.
You think I can make that jump?
I think you make that jump.
They give the noble that they'd made a deal with the least impressive of the 2 Carnifexes.
Yeah.
And then they start trying to scope out the competition. And lo and behold, they find that someone's found a hive tyrant and somehow managed to restrain that and is going to enter it into the tournament. And they're like, fuck, well, the Carnifexes are pointless now because the hive tyrant's just going to take control of them right away.
Yep.
So they put
One would ask how it wasn't doing so already.
because the Carnifex was still on their ship. So they put the least impressive Carnifex down and give the good Carnifex to the noble. Because they're like, fuck it, we don't have to do this now.
Yeah.
But Wesley's like, no, I still want to enter. And he's like a chaos sorcerer. So his idea is, I have a ship. I have a ship with 25,000 people. That's a lot of skulls.
Oh my god.
Okay, so the idea that a sorcerer would at all think it's a good idea to do what you're about to describe is really sort of one of those, okay, wait a minute, motherfucker, do you actually understand what you're proposing?
So he actually had some ridiculous bonuses to willpower, and had previously commanded a few smaller demons to do specific things for him. So he figured, you know what, I'll just take the mother of all willpower tests and do it again. And lo and behold, he rolls a natural fucking 1, summons this goddamn bloodthirster, and successfully restrains it.
Oh my god.
And I tell him, okay, you can roll for this bloodthirster, but if you ever do anything, or command it to do anything that's out of character for a bloodthirster, you immediately lose control over it. So basically, if he ordered it to do anything other than murdering whatever is the closest available thing,
Yep.
the bloodthirster is immediately loose.
Wow.
Okay.
So he enters this thing into the competition, and just like, I believe he actually suplexed the hive tyrant into the Carnifex.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean...
Before proceeding to decapitate a Squigoth and do something to a Narwhal, which I can't remember.
Probably butt-fuck it with an axe.
Probably butt-fuck
Probably
it with
keel-hauled
an
it with an axe.
I was gonna say, probably used it as an axe.
Yeah, actually, that's probably true, too.
Just grabbed it by its big...
Grab it by its tail and use it to club other large creatures to death.
Damn it!
So close.
And the only reason he didn't wind up winning was because Wesley had engaged in a terrible activity previously known as peril bombing.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Oh, that's another thing, I think. I don't know if I invented it, but I named it.
You named it. You named it, but Wesley invented it. Okay. Wesley was a chaos sorcerer.
Yeah.
And one of his powers was the ability to create a portal between any place he could see and where he was, or any place he'd been previously and had a good memory of.
Okay.
So, he has this crappy little ship, right? And, when they're going for the Carnifexes, another rogue trader tries to intercept them.
Yeah.
So they bring them up on screen, and they're having a debate, and they're trying to get the other rogue traders to just fuck off without a fight.
Yeah.
And Wesley's like, and it looks like it's not going so good. And Wesley's like, wait a minute, they're up on screen. I can see them. So, what he does is he has his ship's quartermaster, or whatever the fuck, find the shittiest, most terrible sailors aboard the ship. And he's presented with seven of the worst specimens humanity has to offer. So he takes them, ties
Cameron?
them up. Yeah. Oh my god.
Are you like a jack-o'-lantern right now?
Yep.
Hot fucking damn.
So he takes these seven
All
sniveling
will
grunts.
burn. All will burn.
This is where I see Lank. He tells me to burn things.
So Wesley takes these 7 terrible examples of humanity, ties them all together with some high tensile chain, and creates this portal. Now the thing about
did I reach that?
this portal between his bridge and the enemy bridge, and the thing about this portal is that he could pass through it no problem, and other chaos things could pass through it no problem. But everyone else had to take a willpower test or immediately roll a Perils of the Warp.
Oh my god.
So he sent these 7 random assholes through the thing. All of them fail, and on the enemy ship,
What kind of horrible boss am I gonna fight?
Oh,
It's dead.
So on the enemy ship, it starts raining blood. Something like 48 bloodletters spawn in, like minor demons of Khorne.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of them turns into a daemon host.
Oh my god.
One of them immediately gets claimed by the warp. And I forget what happened to the other 2. Anyway, they didn't have to deal with the rogue trader, because his command bridge was now infested with horrible demons. And they got the Carnifex, right? So, later during this tournament, Wesley's starting to win with his Bloodthirster.
Yeah.
And then this random guy covered in robes enters himself into the tournament. Turns out the guy who got claimed by the warp, because the warp is fucking weird, perceived 5,000 years having passed in the warp, and it turned into a terrifying chaos spawn in that time. Broke through the barricades of the combat, let out the Bloodthirster, and proceeded to chase down Wesley specifically, who he quite rightly blamed for this terrible turn of events that had happened to him.
Understandable.
Which led to the entirety of Space Vegas dying, because there was a Bloodthirster running loose amongst a bunch of nobles who had no idea how to swing a sword, let alone kill a greater demon.
You'd think that he would have been a bit, like, perturbed by the lack of good fighting going on. On the other hand, you know, blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne.
Right,
Yep.
So this Bloodthirster, by the end of it, had basically turned this huge space station into just a slaughtering ground for Khorne.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Blood for the blood god, motherfucker. He's only got one goddamn... No, 2 commands.
Blood
for the blood god,
and
and skulls for the skull throne.
Right, and there were roughly 6 million people aboard this ship.
I'm assuming this dude just became a reoccurring Chaos Lord.
The Bloodthirster?
No, the Ragman.
No, he managed to chase the party
Oh,
back
this isn't
onto their
quicksand.
ships, and they fucked off because they figured out they were going to die horribly. The Chaos Spawn later got killed by the Bloodthirster, and later when they came back to just fly within a few astronomical units of Space Vegas to see what's happened, they just discovered that it had become a full-on hole into the warp, and were just like, well, we're not getting that money.
God damn.
I'm surprised Wesley didn't ask, do you think we can still recover the money, though?
They decided against it. And I'm not going to fault them on their logic for that.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like literally everything possible that went wrong did.
Oh,
Well.
nice shot, Jay.
Yeah.
Right through his ribcage.
Right as I was explaining how wrong everything went.
Everything that could go wrong absolutely did. And that was the story of Space Vegas. It was an amusing couple of sessions.
I think he's dead now.
No, now it's phase 2.
Oh, my back. I've had days like that, man.
But yeah, peril bombing immediately stopped being a thing after...
After Wesley realized that the warp doesn't fucking take his shit.
Yeah. That, and he was gonna try it on this one other ship, and then he figured out it was filled with Chaos Marines, and he's like, well, come on, if it starts raining blood and a bunch of demons spawn, the first thing they're gonna be like, is it
It's
6
Tuesday.
p.m. already?
Yeah. Oh, Tuesday again, is it? Average Tuesday night for Chaos Marine Shia LaBeouf.
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. Now you just gotta fuck the floor for a little bit.
Yeah, there were, the first person he didn't try it on were Chaos Marines. The second people he didn't try it on were Dark Eldar, because he figured they're slavers, and if he peril bombs them, they're just gonna throw an infinite number of slaves back through that hole.
Yep.
And then later he's like, wait a minute, these warp things can really come back to bite me in the ass.
On a side note, it also wouldn't work on the Dark Eldar
That
because...
motherfucker's got grills.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it would also not work on the Dark Eldar because they actually, like, demon-proof their ships for exactly that reason. What with the whole...
In case someone peril bombs them?
more accurately, in case demons ever just get on board.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, the whole
Slanesh
Slanesh
owns
eats
their
their
souls.
souls thing.
This is a really weird boss fight.
Yeah. Gotta say, this doesn't really follow a lot of conventions.
It's kind of neat, though. I
Oh,
like
it's
it.
a neat concept. It's just odd. Like, I'm not saying it's bad.
No, I rather like it. It's
I'm
cool,
not.
but-
Didn't think you were. I was just saying. It's
I love how Link is just spinning in reverse.
Yeah. I
would be vomiting so
Yeah, I was
hard.
gonna say, he'd be fucking spewing everywhere.
Just like a sprinkler of it.
Yep.
I really
like that dude in
wish
the West
that
Mount
the
bathroom.
spinner
Yeah.
had any use outside of this temple.
There's like 3 secrets in the overworld.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you actually whip out the spinner and try and ride it, it's super slow, and there's no way to speed it up.
Yeah, you can sort of do that little mini revving, but yeah.
Yeah, but it winds down quicker than you can wind it up.
Yep.
I honestly thought it would be a really good item to use in the overworld if you could continuously rev it and move at this speed.
Yeah.
Like, it would be less maneuverable than Epona, but super useful because it goes fast.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, there was just an existing rail system that you could hijack.
And just everyone has spinners.
No. Just like, oh, what is those ancient bullshit? I used to belong to some ancient race. What does it do? Fuck if I know. And then you just show up on the spinner and they're like, oh, that makes sense, I guess.
Oh, I guess it's for that.
Yeah. Should we get one of those? Nah, that looks stupid.
Nah, I'd probably vomit.
Yeah.
Probably
All
just
aboard the
spew
vomitorium.
everywhere.
I kind of want to do
Just
a
Midna comes out and just whips back.
I actually kind of want to do a sub-TG thread where I just talk about all the shit Wesley's done over the years.
The adventures of a sociopath. Don't forget to include some of my misadventures, like the time I was the Joker
Wait, when were you the Joker?
with the crowbar.
Oh my god! Yeah. I'm sure we've talked about this on the show.
We have. I know for a fact we did, because for whatever reason it's burned into my mind talking about that while we're invading the castle.
Yeah. Just beating people to death with the
Oh boy, it's
best
the
magic item I think you've ever had. Or at least your favorite magic item.
Yeah, I cannot honestly think of a better one I've ever been given.
Ian, do you know about the crowbar?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I've heard the epic tales of the crowbar.
Is this going down or up?
No, it doesn't. Those are just parallel. Good work.
Well, I think I broke it though. And the skull guy was just like, are you still here?
Oh, hey, there you are.
That seemed blatantly unfair.
I mean, hey, it worked out.
Well, you're not getting hit by fireballs.
Well, alright then, game.
Fuck you too, video game.
I mean, you know, that's good too, I guess. Whoop. Whoop. Skull? Where'd you go?
I think you're gonna have to... Oh.
Oh, here he is.
Also, you didn't run into that spiny thing, surprisingly.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Do they just disappear when Skull Guy shows up?
That would be the most convenient thing to have happen.
Go now!
It's fine.
You have to do it before he fires the 5th one.
Look, like I said, Cameron, this is fine.
But yeah.
I also just now noticed he looks like one of the new Bloodletter heads.
Holy shit, you're right.
Well, with the horns and the long frill going on.
Wesley and I actually fit an interesting role in RPGs, in that we're the people who immediately become in charge when it looks like everyone's about to die.
And I'm just the guy who becomes in charge because everyone else is like, I don't know if that's a good idea. And I'm like, I'll put my foot down. I'll double down on this dumb idea.
Yep.
I'm the guy who's just like, let's see here. We have a terrible moral choice to make. Who are we going to do? Who's going to make this choice? Hey, Jay, what horrible outcome should we go with? I don't know. I'm going to slap my dick on column A.
It seems.
Is there anything I'm missing?
I don't think so.
Just pedestal.
There seem to be 3 instances where I immediately become in charge. When the party is pinned down and there's no way out using a moral solution. When the mission is literally to kill everything within range X. Or when someone's dying and or dead and we need to extricate ourselves now. Because that's when the party's least likely to object to my terrible methods.
Yep.
This seems like a horrible idea. Yeah, but it'll save us. Well, I can't argue with that.
Yeah, but it looks like we're gonna die. Yeah, let's do the terrible thing.
Hey, Jay, I don't know if I like this moral choice. Well, you could either go with vague moral choice A, or you can go with moral choice B like a fucking coward. Well, when you put it that way... Hey, Jay, I don't know what we should do about this moral choice. Is there any option that will immediately harm the elf population? I mean, I guess.
Do that one. Fuck the elves.
Yeah.
Fucking knife ears.
Jay, I see you're running for president of Dwarfistan. What's your platform? Fuck the elves. Yeah, I can get behind this.
Make Dwarfland great again.
Dwarfistan.
Holy shit.
Dwarfistan is the best country in the world, and we need to make it great again.
We need to build a wall to keep out all the knife ear rapists.
Have you heard of
When the elves come, they're not sending us their best.
Have you guys heard of the thing Bricket for Canada?
No.
It's started by like an Australian talk show.
Yeah.
And it's literally just a campaign to build a wall between Canada and the United States.
Yeah. Okay. I remember there was a Trump supporter who had a thing where Trump's gonna save us from Canada. To which my only response.
Yeah, didn't they call us snow Mexicans?
Yep, Trump sure did.
Where did that random bat come from?
He
Don't
was
know.
going for it though.
Don't know. He had a task that he was set to fulfill.
Hey,
and
at
that
least he
task
had
was,
courage.
That's true.
I mean, that bat, like, he was going for Employee of the Month.
And he got it.
If he'd landed that hit, he'd have gotten it.
Yeah.
That would have been a terrible way to, like, lose that battle. Random bat shows up, knocks you, stops your charge.
Just bat shows up, decides fuck you in particular. Well, that was
bat did,
convenient.
in fact, have a plan.
doesn't even like really hurt you. Just moves you slightly so you leave one of them alive and he resurrects the rest.
Yep.
And you're like, fuck!
Clutch bat.
Fucking bat. Oh shit. Oh, it's the mirror. I was
Yeah.
like, what giant creature is this unearthing?
Time for boss fight number 3.
Not really the mirror. It's more like the fucking sundial thing.
The thing that was once a mirror.
Yeah. It's what's left of the mirror and, like, this bound ancient evil. You know, honestly, Midna, if your dimension has to be entered with a thing that looks like that, I can't help but begin to question my allegiances.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your home dimension seems to be evil, Midna.
Well, it's basically their version of Australia. This is they keep Australia chained up.
Yeah. See, they did it right. They didn't let the spiders come out.
Do you have a criminal record, sir? I wasn't aware I still needed one to get in.
buck up. You want to
no.
go get some ice cream?
You say that, but Australia's got to be doing something right. They haven't had a major gun massacre since the 90s.
Yeah,
it's
it's because they outlawed any assault
Because
weapons.
they
Yeah.
banned the fuck out of.
They were like, maybe this is a bad idea, and then everything went fine.
Yeah.
And John Oliver didn't know what to say.
Whoop-de-doo!
They also chose not to cover the trial in any form of media, particularly. So as opposed to giving the guy a public platform for his crazy ass views,
Mirror of Twilight.
they just kept him locked.
I really
away.
like
Mirror
this
of
version
Twilight.
of the Sages.
Mighty Magic.
Because this is some weird bullshit we're looking at.
Yeah, I remember there was an NRA spokesman who was like, maybe on some weird planet with things other than humans, gun control will work. And John Oliver's like, so Australia's a weird planet that's not inhabited by humans?
No, they're just spiders in
Just
human
spiders.
costumes.
And rockfish.
Oh,
Ganondorf.
did you know that, Ian? Did you know Ganondorf was the villain all
drop bears.
along?
I thought it was Gandalf.
Yeah, it was. It was Gandalf the whole time.
Gandalf the White is a complete piece of shit.
Uh,
Actually, sorry, it's not Ganondorf, it's Archaon.
Yeah,
If you guys weren't sure.
Archaon?
the Ever-Chosen.
Yeah, the big
He's
baddie.
he's the fantasy equivalent of Abaddon.
Okay.
yeah.
Actually,
Except he gets shit done.
he actually
arms
destroyed the
probably don't
world
fall
once.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Or, no, they don't. Because he's fine. Well,
Yeah.
the metal ones did, but he's not an armless failure.
Now he has a plastic model where that rides that three-headed freak.
I want that model so badly.
I really, you know what? Now that you've pointed it out, I really kind of want to make Ganondorf my Archaon.
That would be sick.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say this dude's pissed, and I'm like, you know what? Considering the shit Ganondorf pulled, he's probably justified in being a little bit
not
upset.
the Master Sword, we're gonna jam it in his stomach and hope it works.
See, Cameron? See, this is what happens every time he gets, like, stabbed by someone who isn't Link.
Yeah.
And this is why I tell you that, how do you say, fucking Wind Waker is still Link, because this didn't happen.
But it was still the Master Sword.
See, that's the thing.
The
The Master Sword
Sword's-
can only be wielded by a Link.
I thought the Master Sword could only be wielded by... I didn't think it had to be a chosen person. I thought it just had to be, like, a worthy person.
No, it has
Thor's
to be-
Hammer.
It has to be,
An incarnation of Link.
well, it's kind of the thing where it doesn't actually specify, but it's implied it has to be an incarnation of Link. Also, that tooth did not look right. It was like a tooth growing out of another tooth.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking weird.
On a side note, these
Yep.
guys kind of fucked up in literally every way possible.
But yeah, I think Wind Waker Link did have the best solution to solving the Ganon problem.
You
Just
leave
put
the sword in him.
Because only a chosen person can remove the sword, and a chosen person's gonna know that that's Ganondorf and not remove the sword.
On a side note, he's also at the bottom of the ocean in a temple being crushed by the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
I mean, on one
I mean,
hand,
that's
we don't
kind
have
of a secondary thing to the magical seal of invincibility.
Yeah. I was gonna say, we've got 2 layers of protection here, in that no one can get to him, and no one would want to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, I mean, sure, we don't have a Master Sword anymore, but I think technically we don't need it anymore.
Yep.
What
We
with
have
the death
other
of
swords
Ganon.
that are capable of killing things.
Yeah, and I mean, like, Ganon can be only killed by the Thing, which is now permanently a fixture of his face.
Yep.
Yep.
And this Ganon just got fucking sent to the Shadow Realm. This is why you don't duel Yugi. He was a psychotic motherfucker.
Besides, the first few Links managed just fine without the Master Sword.
No, they all had the Master Sword.
No, a few of them just had magic swords.
No, it's always been the Master Sword.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't in Zelda 1.
Yeah. I think you get the Master Sword in Zelda 1.
I'm pretty sure in Zelda 1 it's just the magic sword.
Well, the Hyrule Historia is right behind you. You can
Cheerleader,
literally look it up.
Twilight. Mirror of Twilight.
Oh, right. Thank you, Ian, for being
Mirror
my red
of
duty.
Twilight. Fragments hidden across the land of Hyrule. It's the only time just reading the red text has made sense. Snowy Mountain Knights. Ancient Grove. The
Heavens. Well, how the fuck am I gonna pull that off?
Three!
Boku no Mirror Pico.
You can't peek into what's not there, friend.
You can't Pico into that mirror. Don't do it. For any of you who don't know what Boku no Pico is,
Don't
just
look
leave
it
it
up.
that way.
Just leave it.
Well,
there's something-
nothing good comes from that Google search.
There is some knowledge that's better
Yeah.
left.
There's some
Yeah.
knowledge man was not meant to have. Well, I think I'm done here. I'm gonna teleport.
As you get on the spinner.
Yeah, that was just for me time. What is it? Oh, she's a bit salty now that her hopes and dreams were smashed. Expert. How do I get that? I'm still curious, how the fuck do I get that dog that's down there?
Arf, arf, hi, Scott.
So if I start from up here and then somehow, like, what? How? Who? What? Who?
Bird?
Burb. No, because, like, that's just outside the exit of the water stream. I kind of want to go there and find him, but we've got, like, 5 minutes left in the episode, so fuck it. I really wish it was dial-up tone.
No Master Sword in the original Legend of Zelda.
Well, I'll be damned.
It was the magical sword. It was
Now-
an optional weapon.
Oh, optional.
Yep.
It's Dio.
No!
I love how he just knows I'm a wolf and is a cool enough guy to not do it. Oh god, he looks drugged out.
It's because he is.
Yeah. I've come to deliver a letter here in the middle of the night. I'm a little bit tweaked out, but it's fine. Godspeed, you freak of nature.
Godspeed, you Black Emperor.
Okay. So it has appeared in Skyward Sword.
Rare item in Sock. How you doing, bomb enthusiast? Still loving bombs? Bombs.
Do you want to buy some bombs?
You like bombs?
Do you like
A Link
bombs?
to the Past, Oracle of Ages, Link Between Worlds, Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, and Breath of the Wild, apparently.
So it's probably not a... Everyone's like, it's a sequel to Twilight, or a sequel to Wind Waker, and I'm like, if it has the Master Sword, I should really doubt that.
Yeah. Goats!
Oh, that's what that is.
Oh, God.
Sup, whatever you
Well,
are.
Ganon turned into rock when young Link put the sword in him, right? So maybe parts of the rock have eroded, and, like, Link from Breath of the Wild doesn't realize it's Ganon anymore.
I was gonna say, I mean, at this point, we've already seen what Ganon is. He's just a maelstrom at the side of Hyrule.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, how would they get him? How would they like drain Hyrule from being terribly, terribly flooded by miles and miles of water?
I don't know, Ganondorf wakes up and is just really pissed and decides to just fix it.
Yeah, but he doesn't have magic. He just has strength. All he can do is
No, he's got
survive.
magic. He's got magic in the same way that Wario has it, where there's a magical force and he bends it to his will with brute force.
But I don't
And
think
I'm not
he has
even-
any water powers. I think what would happen is that he would literally have to walk his ass back to land.
Well, I mean, yeah, but, I mean, it's Ganondorf, the avatar of rage.
I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm saying that he's more likely to walk his ass back to land than he is to unflood the world.
Now, again, this all comes down to how mad is he.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, at the end of the game, he was rightfully pretty pissed.
Especially since he basically won and you stole it from him at the
Yeah.
last second.
8 more souls. Well, I mean, I'm close. Is that George Washington?
It,
Yes.
Well, if that's not, that's him up on the right.
Or Bach?
Yeah, fuck.
These are humans. These aren't even Hylians. They have human ears. I think these might be real paintings.
Maybe. That'd be neat.
Except that, I don't think there's a fruit. Oh, is that an apple? What the
There are a lot of fruit bowl paintings, Jay.
No, I was gonna say, I don't know a fruit that looks like that. Oh, that's a bug on top of something. I don't know.
It's like a bowl of,
It's
like...
abstract.
It's a bowl of fruit, and
It's
there's
the world's
one
most
fruit
terrifying
sitting on
cereal.
top of it, and then there's, like, leaves of the plant coming out from either side of that top fruit. That's all that was. Just leaves. Not even the good leaves. Not even, like, you know... the leaves
Leave
that
me
get-
alone.
It's not
Did
even-
you know that tomato leaves are super poisonous and that some asshole died because he tried to use them as a garnish?
Really?
Yep.
Oh, well,
Oh, there
I
you
mean, evolution, I guess.
Well, we'll see you next time, folks.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Those cats are just fucking staring at you like, what the fuck is this?
Alright, I think now it's time to go.